Niggas really scared of T. So when T get trading down, niggas.
All right, class is in session. Let's get it. All right, cool guys. So, with everybody on the call, we're gonna go straight into it because we all already know how to clap it easy. So, if you guys saw last night, I'm gonna go ahead and start on oil right here. All right, U.S. oil. Something I don't really trade. It's funny because I actually took a position at the beginning of the week or the end of last week up here. Didn't hold it, but it's cool to see what actually happened. And if you guys saw the screenshots last night of Tim up in New York. Now it's crazy because these guys up in New York, Tim and Ty, I'm pretty sure I actually got started trading, right along with them. And I watched them go from, trading retail, trading everything to learning about institutional and then bringing it to their team. So that's where I first kind of got introduced to institutional trading and market maker method. Let me go ahead. What's going on, Oscar? It's good. Everybody hopping in. So that's where I first got exposed to like the institutional market maker trading. And now I've seen, Ty hit a six-figure, trading income, but Tim is absolutely insane. I mean, nearly, 2 times his mom's yearly salary yesterday, simply based on the methodology, the methods that we're teaching you guys here. So if you guys see here, I'm going to blow up into what happened yesterday. It's a simple. Now everyone can notice it. I hope everybody recognizes what's going on. Again, we just see these equal highs, and we look for that candle to take them out. And that's exactly what happened here. Equal highs. You may have thought it was over on this little. The market had to come back one more time. And if you go back on the 15-minute right here on this, all right, now you want to measure the candle that stopped everybody out. So it would be this green candle right here. All right, or I think here, that line might be from the red candle, the 50% of that red candle. But as you guys can see, came back up and we really got our sniper entry right there on that last green candle before the up move. Boom, right there. So that's what Tim, he was re-entering on that last night. And it was just cool when I had this chart out that I saw it happen back over here as well. All right, now with oil, this gap happened because of the weekend. So this is all just extra BS that was going on Sunday night. So once Monday did open, we did get that nice test, back above this stop out candle. And all this takes right here, guys, is if you're not sure where to get this test line, I literally just take the 50% of the body of that stop out candle. It's right here, right above this blue line that I have. That's kind of what we're looking for in those candles there. So just wanted to show that on oil. You see it play out twice to the upside. Again, Q brought the fire on these other charts. Check out UCAD. So I broke it down on the 15-minute last night because we did kind of have this tight consolidation zone right here. All right, we had our equal lows and we had our equal highs. Let me pull up the screenshots. So I took a screenshot for myself right here. Again, equal lows, equal highs. I took this last night before I went to sleep. So we had broken. I thought I got that candle right here that broke above those previous highs. So what am I doing? I'm going to wait for a test right here. Now, this is on the 15-minute. So this top blue line is 50% of the stop out candle. This bottom blue line is actually 50% of the hour candle that shows right here. So all we're doing is waiting for a test to find our way back down. Now, why do I have my take profit zone right here? One, it's above the other lows. And two, you can see the imbalance right here. This is where candles pushed up and we never got retracement back down. So I just went ahead and set this nice little zone. It pertains to 20 to 30 pips. From these blue lines, it's about 22 pips down. So if you're still, again, we know even Mitch, still looking for 30 pips, still moving to break even, maybe after 20 or whatever it may be. This doesn't, it's not a losing trade. Check out what happened. Boom. Woke up. Now the market did decide to come back up a little more. We never got a clean test. But what I love to see here is that it was no more 11 pips. So again, we're still perfecting the entries on these. And again, this is on the 15-minute. The hour may have looked a little bit more clean, but look what happened. Literally came into the profit area right here in the gap. So again, equal highs, saw the break, waiting for the test, never really got the clean 15-minute test until over here this morning. But again, this is all just extra BS. Let's check this out on the hour. Right, even if we maybe nice 50% of the last green candle. We got a test there, right there on that one. So that was UCAD, really nice setup. Probably move to the downside into that take profit area. And what was the other thing on this pair? Oh, it was on EJ. So that's UCAD. GU, we've already talked about a little bit. We see that we obviously broke way out of where we were. I mean, nearly 100 pips. It's like when you wake up and you check MetaTrader and like it shows that the price of GU is at 2,500, and then you open MetaTrader and it's at 2,405. It's like, wow, that was a lit London session. GU absolutely tanked below these other lows over here. Again, I'm on the 15-minute. It won't look as much on the hour, but we did break out of these lower lows. So now what I did was I took this red candle, the red candle that broke the lows. Look where this one ended. This wasn't the low that broke the low. Still kept everybody in. It was this red candle right here that stopped everybody out. Go ahead and make this purple or pink.
Colton, can you get him?
Say what? Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
He's like blocking the nuggets dropping.
Gotcha.
Part of the government. I'm just playing.
Area 51. So this purple candle right here, the one that literally took the liquidity, came down, hit all the stop losses. What we're gonna do is take. I just really love the 50% of the bodies. I see some people. I definitely want Q to touch on it. You know, going wick to wick or whatever it may be. As you guys can see, it's pretty much the same thing in this case. But I really love taking the 50% of the body. I just feel like it's very, very powerful. So just going to wait for that, to be honest, for my test back up and just retest 50% of that candle right there. Let's see. GN, obviously for these GBP pairs, we're going to have the same kind of situation, a long downside move from the news last night. I didn't have that drawn up. I definitely want Q to run through AJ because it looks like we're making some higher highs off that imbalance. Maybe a nice little double top here. But before I give it off, let's pull up EJ. Because this is something, I don't really trade EJ. I don't trade the euro too much just because I do trade the pound. But this is super cool. So like I was showing you guys before we had started, all right. Check it out. We have our equal lows over here. Now I remember whenever we were looking at the market right here, obviously I wanted to see the break of these lows and maybe get a sniper entry down here. Now why do I have these lines down here? Like Q says, look left to get right. We have to look left to get right in these markets. So check out what happened over here. Equal lows. Break out. All right, now this is on the 4-hour time frame. So in smaller time frames right here, here's the open of the red candle. Here's the 50% of the red candle. Like we cannot make this up. Do you guys see what happened over here? I mean, y'all caught it. Y'all caught that shit. It's right there for you on the 4-hour time frame. So again, even though I may have been looking for the breakout of these lows right here, I had these lines still in place because look how powerful it is over here. Look at what happened. I didn't even, the market shot up. So what maybe wasn't even looking for this, as an entry anymore. This was the take profit area. Maybe if you sold up here. And then that's when you get in the buys down here and you're just clapping the markets up and down. So again, I didn't have like a new analysis on EJ, but I did see this morning that, again, look at the respect that we had, what was going on right here. So now let's think about it. What candle did that thing? This big red candle right here broke all the lows. So what are we going to do? We're going to take 50% of that candle, 50% of that candle. Look what happened right here.
We tapped it twice, bro.
What?
We tapped it twice, man. That's crazy, right?
Let me bust it down on the 15-minute for you guys, because I don't know if you see this. I don't know if you see that.
They don't see it.
Let's bust it down. All right. So again, even if you don't catch a sniper entry, that's straight, honestly. Sometimes that sniper entry, because it could just keep going down, whatever it may be. Wait for the test. 50% right here. I mean, almost 3 times now we've already tapped off the top of that 50%. So, I mean, you guys already snagged EJ down here, and you're just waiting for more. So, guys, again, that's as simple as it is. You want to identify your lows, identify your equal highs. You're going to wait for that stop hunt candle, that candle that did that thing, whatever it may be, and literally just wait for your retracements back into it, just like what happened up here. As you guys can see, equal highs. All right, stop hunt. We create our lines, our points of interest right here for the test off these green candles. Look what happened. Boom, it was out. It was out. So again, let me see. Dennis, Ashley, Elijah, Gift, Ivana, Lynn, Oscar, Shane, Sharonda, and Mitch. I believe we got Mitch down there. So is there any questions you guys have on the couple charts that I went over? Q is going to break it down a little bit more on EJ, because I know you guys clapped that this morning. Some people may have caught GU. UCAD was really nice here. So does anybody have any questions before I hand it off to Q? Let's go! Yeah, I mean, that's how we're all feeling right now. Let's just keep getting the charts. So let's see in here quick. You guys should be in. I believe I dropped this this link in the trader. I'll go ahead and drop it again if you guys want to get in it. They weren't posting in here too much, but they took a loss on GJ yesterday, but we caught it back this morning on EJ today. Really nice. I mean, you guys see the risk to reward right here, which is crazy. So let's go ahead. Let's keep getting it. I'm going to go ahead and unshare my screen, Q, and you can go ahead and take it over.
Yes, sir. Man, just want to, first of all, say really appreciate you guys hopping on the call. Appreciate Colton, just staying consistent with everything and having another brother, a family, like really dive into something that, all of us have taken, really liking into is really awesome to see. It's really cool to see like how, we went from one phase to a different phase and how we all got to the point where we're like, yo, if we're going to do this, we're all going to do this. Right. That's the really cool part about it. Like when everybody just bought in and it was like, okay, cool. Let's make this something that we take down in the books with us for, our team. So before I get started, I want to say yesterday at 11, I dropped GCAT in the chat. And if you're into it and you're holding, you will be up 150 pips right now. So
GBP and CAD worked in that favor right there.
Bro, it's like I was just like, whoa. Because when I entered this trade last night, here's my thought process. I'll break it down. So this is what I saw right here going on. I saw these equal highs clearly got taken out. So I came down to a smaller time frame. I think I came down to the 30. Yeah, I came down to the 30. And, I still saw it again. We just create these powerful wicks just to get obliterated. right? So when I saw that, and then this is all like this was the chart right here. So these lows were the only lows I saw. So I was like, okay, if this does work in our favor, I even posted it in the Telegram. I said, yo, I think this is only going to go like 20 pips in profit, sweep the lows. That was my terrible assumption of how powerful what we're doing is. So I woke up this morning to, like 90 pips in profit, and it's insane. So how to break this down, I'll just erase everything, right? You just identify where's liquidity. Well, here, let me do this first. Like, identify, first of all, like Mitch is perfect at saying this. Go on the bigger time frame and see what's going on. We are, I hope that everybody should be able to clearly tell that this uptrend got obliterated. Clearly, we're on a downtrend now. And then on that side, now we're looking at, we just came out of distribution, right? We're still going down. We haven't started to chop up into accumulation. So I was still looking for a sell because we haven't started chopping up yet. So then when I came down and broke it down to the hour, to the hour, I was just, okay, where are my equal highs that got taken out, right? Yeah, it's a little bit better. Where are my equal highs that got taken out? And I immediately came and saw this candle was a point of interest. So I said, cool. We had the masses up here. We just took them out. Everybody was going for a sell because obviously we're in a downtrend. So of course everybody's going to be going on a sell because we're in a downtrend. It's just, when are you going to go into the sell before you get stopped out? And what I've noticed, right? Sheesh, bro. That's crazy. What I noticed with GBP is that it likes to come to the 50% of the body. Like, all of my GBP sells have been right off the 50% of the body. So came into the last up candle before the down move. I don't even really have to do it. You guys have seen Colton do it right here at the 50%. Now, gosh, it's still dropping. At one point it did come higher though, as you can see this red candle. So this is where I think it was me and Joseph, we were trying to figure out, okay, where is the best opportunity to enter, right? Like, how patient do you have to be? Because understandably that, yeah, we want the sniper entry, but at the same time, we want to understand that what we're doing is correct. And even if you were to enter off of any of these candles right here, well, even if you would have entered off of just this red candle, you would have probably went down 4 pips in profit for what it is now. So how I looked at it, as far as going into it, was just simply that. One of the things I want to say is, like, don't cut your stop, your take profit. Like, whatever you expect is going to be, like, that's what I noticed. So what I expected it to be clearly was not the end all say all. So yeah, but that's pretty much GBP CAD. It wasn't anything like this. It's not a lot to speak about because it's not, like, super crazy. Like, this is pretty simple at the end of the day. Where's your last up candle for the down move? Cool. Like, I let money get behind the move, right? And that's what I want to talk about. A lot of money didn't get behind this move. That's why I was really, like, iffy about going in on it, because I didn't see, 3 bearish or 2 big bearish candles worth of like 20, 15 pips down before it came back and tested, right? It only did this. It only did like max 7 pips and then came back. So it was just one of those things where it's like, okay, if you're going to go into this trade, very, very tight stop loss, because you want to know if you lost sooner than later. So entering this trade was pretty cool, really fun to watch. Yeah, I dropped it in the chat, and I think it literally got probably almost activated like 20 minutes later. But as far – shut up, Joseph. But as far as EJ, I mean, everybody pretty much saw it. But one of the things I really want to talk about EJ was that I watched happen on MetaTrader 4, which was bigger than pretty much what I'm going to show you this, right? Smart money sold right here to buy. So clearly they have to mitigate out of the sell. I explained it yesterday. If they sell for 10 million, buy at 30 million, right? The sell is still in drawback. So they have to come break even on that sell to actually take really good profit on the buy, right? They did it twice. This was the first sell to buy. They mitigated out of it by doing what? Selling to buy, creating liquidity, snapping liquidity, and coming back. And then what do? We tested how patient people really were. This is $13 days. 13 days of support that people are, buying off of. So you seriously, with this, you have to be patient, but it's worth it because you instantly go in profit. But one of the hugest things that I want to talk about with EJ, as far as breaking it down on MetaTrader 4, and I'm 100% sure that Shane saw this and that Chino saw this. When it came down into, actually, I'm going to go back real quick because EJ came down to the 50% of the body, but it just kept playing around right here. So this was huge, right? So this is the actual open of the candle. Market comes down and doesn't really slam right through it, but it crushes it a little bit. Opens up, wakes up, then it comes back down, and it played. Listen, for 3 hours, I was watching a session. I was watching the session and watching this at the same time because what I was watching was how the market was inducing sellers. Like, come on, I know so many people because I know myself. If I would have saw this, huge bearish candle, I'm thinking it's going to death. So I'm going to keep selling. And what the market did, it was crazy watching this on MetaTrader 4. It kept inducing sellers. It would wick down, come up, and then just slam back down again. And it kept doing it over and over between these three little red candles, right? And it allowed it to just drop in between these areas. When normally watching the candlestick, like we're seeing this one move right here on MetaTrader 4, instead of it actually moving, it was drumping. I was watching it drump prices. I've never seen it jump before. And this is how I was like, okay, at some point, money is about to get in this move. They're just really trying to test people's patience and understand how little can they buy this for? How low can they bring it down before they really buy it? Because even if you would have bought up here, you would have went 12 pips and drawback. How many, and I know I can raise my hand, are not psychologically ready to see 12 pips and drawback? Right? I know for a fact that Mitch he'll trust exactly what he draws up. And, for me, I'm still working on that. Mitch, he will hold his trade, unless it seems like it's just really not doing it until it hit his stop loss, because he says, you know what, I'm going to learn from this. I'm not going to allow my mentality to psych me out. But me, on the other hand, I've been 15 pips in drawback and, just completely was like, okay, I'm stupid. I'm getting out of the trade. And this is where that psychology part is so huge, with understanding, all your confirmations, multiple people saying the same thing. You're seeing exactly what has been being taught, but now you're still 12 pips and drawback, 15 pips and drawback, right? And right before this last up candle, this is how I knew the banks got behind the move, because I bought right here. Yeah, I didn't wick it. I kind of bodied all of them, hit the body and bought right there. The moment I bought, I wrote it down because it was crazy. The spread on EJ went from 7 to 48. Saying that alone is just showing you what the market makers are really doing, right? Not only are they dumping prices, inducing people to keep selling because they think it's going to go to death, the spread, as soon as they actually got into the move, the spread went from 7 to 48 in like 2 seconds. I was like looking at the pair. I was like, because I looked at my phone, I was like, what the hell? And then I saw the line, like your entry line would have been, the candle was here, but your entry would have been like up here. You would have had to wait till your candle passed that. Like that, it's crazy to see like what the market actually really does before they really go into their move. So that's one of the hugest like psychology things that I really wanted to talk about today. It wasn't too much of drawing up anything because, what we see is what we see. But just talking about how for 3 hours it was playing a psychology game. And then it was crazy because I was watching a precision how to trade while I was doing it. And Zachary Hogan was saying psychology is the most important part of how to trade because you can know what you're doing. You can know why you're doing it. You can know how you're doing it. But if you don't truly understand the why, right, and your psychology and your mindset of a trader isn't there, then everything you've done is in vain. Because I know for a fact the old me I would have probably lost a lot of money just playing around with these 3 candles, being impatient. Saying, man, I just want to go up. I just want to go up. I know it's going to go up, right? Bought up here, slams down. Buys right here, slams down, right? Just watching how the market was playing. And then not only being able to, like, physically see the spread go from 7 to 38, the spread just, like, opened up a wave flood. That's, like, it automatically – I knew I was like, all right, cool. This candle's about to shoot up at least 30 pips. And it just started slamming profits. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about too. And another thing too is that, I know how like, I was like this where I would say, Euro JPY is going down, Euro CAD is going down. I think Euro CAD was going down. And then, Euro JPY was going up and Euro CAD was going down. The old me, I was like, why, if it's Euro, shouldn't everything, be going up? And then Joseph had mentioned, he was like, yo, there's a website that shows the correlations. And I'm like, dang, who put that website out there, right? How do I know just because the JPY dollar is going down that the Canadian dollar is going to act the same? So it's all about just thinking around the box and really seeing what they're doing. It's pretty cool. But, that's all I really got to talk about as far as just the psychology part. I really stress everybody go watching the psychology and how to trade because it just open up your eyes to what really happens in the market before they make their move.
Exactly.
Right? Like, this one was so clean. Like this one was the first one, the first mitigation play on the 4 hour was like picture perfect. You got your liquidity, it comes down, slams down, and then you slam up. And even if you bring it down into the 1 hour, you're not really worried about anything. Right? You come down, you tap 1, 2, 3, right? And this isn't like, it's like perfect. Yeah, it's right on the open. It's on the open of the candle, right? So you come down, don't even touch it once, touch it twice, but never truly break it and then just go up. But like this situation, completely different. You go past the body, right? Now you're at the 50%. And now while you're at the 50%, you're just goofing around right here, right? Allowing the market to like jump spaces. Like when I'm telling you guys, it was jumping. I don't know if Shane saw it or Chino saw it, but I was watching it happen. Like it was jumping. Then it went from 7 to 38 in the spread. And I'm like, that's when money got behind the move. And then right after that, the candle just flew up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to touch on that real quick with the precision and what happened right here on EJ, if you want to stay right here, Q. So think about it, guys. Think about it, how we maybe like would have thought about it before ever getting introduced to this. All of us that watch Mike Miles, all of us that watch break and retest, whatever it may be, let's check it out. So EJ, right before this drop below the zone, was right around where? 121.50, right there at a half level. I know for me personally, how I used to look at the markets, I'd love those 50 pip levels. So if it sells off of 121.50, I'm probably looking for it to hit the whole level of 121. All right, just being honest, that's what I used to look at. So when we saw this breakout right there, that long red candle that we've been talking about, that induced so many people. Everyone's like, lows have been broken. I'm getting in sells. I'm not waiting for no retest to the top. Like, I'm going to ride this down to 121. And look where it played above. It played about 12 to 15 pips above 121 for those 3 candles that Q was talking about. And not only the people that are selling are getting a little bit of profits, but everybody that's buying, it's just coming down and just like being like, oh, you thought, oh, you thought, oh, you thought. Anyone over leveraged, you know, they're just getting stopped. Now, so that's the psychology of like where the market is for prices. Now for the spread, all right, that's crazy, Q. I love this. So for everybody on the call, if you guys have ever noticed when news comes out, all right, on Forex Factory, whatever it may be, have you ever noticed that, especially with NZD and AUG news, all right, as soon as it hits 9:30, as soon as it hits 8:30, that spread, all right, literally goes from 5, 10 to 30 to 40 to 50, whatever it may be. It makes, I think it just clicked for me, Q. It really makes sense as, again, that's just money getting behind the move, guys. Think about it. News, I talked about it yesterday. News is all BS. It's just, you know, excuses to move the market. So it makes sense now when I have a 9:30 AUD news and 9:30 hits, that spread opens up because all the banks are dumping millions of dollars in the market. They're literally just dumping millions of dollars in the market, which is going to mess with the spread. It's going to mess up us smaller retail traders. So again, that just kind of put 2 and 2 together with the spread and everything. So just like this happened this morning, you know, right before, right in that zone, right between these 2 green lines, there were so many orders being placed that they had to knock the spread right before big money got in the move. So that was really, really powerful, Q, that you were able to see that spread open up. And again, guys, you know, a lot of the time in Shane, you know, we even talked about this, having a stop loss, like during NFP or whatever, and it doesn't get honored because of the spread and all that. It's all smart money. It's all the banks. That's why this stuff happens.
And it's just crazy. Like, they probably blew over, like, I'm gonna say probably 1,000 counts in this 3 hours, blowing at people's accounts. People who are buying getting just screwed over. People who are selling and screwed over. People are very confused. I would have looked at this and been like, what's going on with the market right now? But understanding that, you know, you have these people who have to have opposite people on the other position. They have to have people on the opposite position. Right? So what does that mean? I'm going to induce you to do what I think you think is right. Right? I'm going to make you think what you think is right to just tell you that it's wrong. They did that for 13 days while we were waiting on this screw you candle. And then after that, taking all the money from these people who are buying right off here, looking for this to just go to the moon. We take the money. Then we come down here, and the people who are just a little bit more patient than these people up here, but not patient enough, we blow their accounts too. And then we jack the price up. 30, I think it was 30 pips total, just to be like, yeah, you were wrong, but right at the same time.
And now once they make that move up, I mean, they fucked everybody. Like anybody who got in sells, we're screwed. People that got in people that got in buys, right, you know, down there, if they didn't take profits or whatever, again, like this market could move back down. So again, they're literally just working best of both worlds in their favor and all against us. So that's why, again, we're so big on understanding this, because I'm not trying to, you know, think like the masses anymore. We're trying to catch these entries with the banks. We're trying to get in literally right where Q got in, maybe a couple seconds earlier, so he didn't have to deal with the spread. But, you know, get in right there in those instances before the banks, you know, make that move. Or, again, wait for the bank to make that move, and then you catch the test.
Yeah, so this will be, and this is why I have this zone. It's crazy that you just said that. This is why I have this zone lined up for people who are like, oh, man, I missed the move. Wait for it to come back and go, hey, Retailers, you were correct on the zone. You just weren't correct on the time.
Hey, yo, it's so crazy too, Q. It's funny you say that about those 3 hours, bro, because I was up just a little bit before 6 and I was watching that 6 o'clock candle. And man, that thing just sat there and danced and danced and danced. It was just like, just baiting people to get in. Like, okay, you missed the big impulsive move down. We're gonna hold everything up and just let you make a decision. And then people just jumped in on a sell right there, thinking they missed the move, and then they just threw it up 2 hours later and jacked everybody out. It was so crazy that you say you saw that, because I was sitting there watching. I didn't put in an order or anything, but I was sitting there watching that 6 o'clock candle. And man, it just danced around, up and down, just baiting people.
Bro, me too. I was up around that time too, because it was crazy. Like I was about to because I got up a little bit early and around 5, and I was gonna I didn't see anything really going on, and I didn't want to force anything. And then I saw Dylan post in the Telegram chat, "Who's working?" I'm like, oh no, I can't let this guy outwork me. So I stayed up and was able to watch this happen. It was so powerful to see, and the fact that you saw it too is it's like I'm not crazy, but shit, like Shane, if you can see the chills on my arm, bro, watching the market do this was insane.
I know.
It's just all these questions that we might have. And I just feel so happy for the people who just got started, because we literally walked right into a breakthrough.
Big time.
A huge
Big time.
This, exactly what he was saying. This was just telling people, yo, come. Bam, give me your account.
Just baiting them, man.
It was insane to watch. And I entered, I was like, all right, cool. I feel comfortable. Hit the buy. The spread was at 7 or 8. Then I tapped the screen again. Spread goes to 38. I'm like, yo, everything just clicked at one moment.
Yep.
No, that's lit. I'm really glad that you saw that, and I just put a little couple, together things for waiting for the bank, waiting for the banks to get into the move. It just makes so much sense now. Because before we would have thought, oh, they're manipulating us, da 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 da. They're just gonna do the spread because that's what they do, and that's what I gotta follow, and I gotta follow all these rules. And no, bro, this is the real, this is the real deal. We're gonna wait for the banks to push their money in, because everybody else is pushing their money in. They gotta take Harris to get theirs.
Because just think about how many times have we been stopped out early, or the spread hit our TP, or the spread hit our stop loss, or it didn't hit our whatever, and then everybody's texting in the group chat, yo, Hugo's what, he's bugging. No, it's not. It's the psychology behind how much money. There's a reason why this is a $5.3 trillion market, right? I say applied knowledge is power. Applying the knowledge is power, right? So whoever holds all the applied knowledge has the most power.
It's like survival of the fittest, though, man. It's like going back to Charles Darwin, man. It's like,
yeah,
who could be the most patient?
Yeah, bro. Yes, it breaks. It's crazy how we've all come together as a family to learn how to become. It started out for me as becoming financially free, to learning life in general through something that you wouldn't think. I wouldn't think staring at a chart would teach me more about life than, more than what I've ever thought.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the only thing, Q just said it, I'm so grateful for all the new people, coming in, all the new business partners that are joining our business every day, all the new traders that are coming in, trying to learn, some new stuff, because the only thing that for on the call, me, Mitch, and Shane, the only thing that me, Mitch, and Shane and Sharonda have over you guys is that we got stopped out of this move for the past year and a half. That's literally the only thing we have on you guys, is we were able to see that we got stopped out and did not, weren't able to make money on this move for the past year and a half, whatever it may be. So that's why it's just so crazy. So tell
me that doesn't make you appreciate it more, though, being the fact that you can look back and see where everywhere you got stopped out and made you question, man, what am I learning for real? Am I really learning, what I think I'm learning? I mean, it makes me appreciate getting stopped out way more now, knowing that, okay, I had the right move. I didn't get in the right time, but the banks they got me.
right? Like, it's just crazy. Like, you guys have had, like, because I got in probably, like, for me, it's been, like, 3 months. And I had 3 months of, like, I think I hit, like, month 2.5, and I was like, yo, is this really for me? Like, I'm not seeing results. Like, everything's, like, everything that they're teaching is right but wrong. And is it me or is it the timing? Or what is it really? And then you start hearing people say, yo, time is perception. So whatever you see, time is whatever your reality is. And it's crazy how you apply that stuff to this financial freedom, to being stopped out so many times, to understanding that you're right, you were wrong on your timing. You were wrong on your perception of when you thought we were going to get in. Right? Like I was telling the guys, I was like, there were so many times where when I used to enter off of a fib, break, retest, trend line, that I was like insanely cocky on my trade. Like, yo, that thing's going to the moon, hit my 61.8, tapped the trend line, broke the area, tested the area, we're good. And it's like to the point where now it's like understanding, applying knowledge, having power, what's really going on and how less of my ego has dropped. Because even when I entered the GCAT, the cell, I was like, everything lines up, but I'm still a little bit worried. Like there was no cockiness, there was no ego. Like my whole ego has like just completely dropped in like 3 months. And like that is like the beautiful part about it. So like when Mike Miles like starts talking about like, if everybody's in this for the money, then you're in it for the wrong reason. Right? This has taught me so much on as far as a spiritual level and personal level than I've ever learned in anything. And it's all came from like one platform, which is like super crazy. That who controls the man, whoever you want to call him.
Yeah, Q just hit it on the head, guys. I mean, if you look at some of us leaders that have been in for a little bit and you think we're crazy, we absolutely are crazy. And it's because of of what we learned in just 30, 60, 90 days. What I saw in my first 30, 60, 90 days in the beginning of 2018, like not only trading, like again, like I started this for every financial reason in the book. Like every financial reason in the book. I had no intentions of ever changing, changing anything else in my life. But it's like, you're not taught this kind of discipline. We're not taught this kind of work. We're not taught any of this. So when you really see the power in it, when you see these educators not only teaching you how to become financially free, but teaching you to be, spiritual and work on all these other levels, that's why we're so passionate about the business side. All right, that's why we're so passionate about showing other people the skill set, because I know what it flipped in my mind in 30, 60, 90 days. So yeah, that's just always powerful. And then there's one other thing is that going back to like the masses, guys, 96 to 99% of Forex traders fail. Like, it's because of what they teach us. All right, again, they teach us the same thing. They teach us the masses. Like Q was saying, he was 2 months in. It was like, yo, like I'm literally learning everything else that I'm learning the same thing everybody else is learning. I'm not seeing any results. Like something's not right. And he's right. Something isn't right. It's because even though we're doing what 5% of people do, literally still 4 of that 5% is not going to make it. Because we don't got the precision, we don't have the discipline, we can't get past the greed. We're not learning exactly the right information. So I just truly believe like this is that right information. This is exactly, and we can see it. We can see it throughout IML. Who's having the momentum right now in IML? The Trade House and the New York squad. How do they trade? Institutional. How do they trade? Market maker. How do they trade? Not retail. Like it just makes it makes so much sense. This is just crazy. It's crazy.
I have to like honestly like, yo, can you hit that?
Yeah, I got it.
And
there we go.
Honestly, for me, man, I say this every time I get on the call talking about this institutional. Like, I don't think like a lot of people understand that Ivana and Iris, for me, Ivana and Iris, I can personally say have literally changed everything in my whole life. What I thought was, something literally has become something totally different. And it's crazy that Colton just said that, because you would look at, like, for me, look at the Justin Adams, look at the Christopher Derricks, and then, see that they're having results using the same strategy, but like, why is mine not working? You know what I'm saying? It would be crazy. Like I would price trap something and it wouldn't go work. And then I look at Christopher Derrick's page and he price trap something and it worked perfectly. And then like that in itself is like why, you know, 95% of the retail traders fail because they're seeing something work, but it's just not working with them. So it's just, man, like I'm getting chills talking about it. So it's just, I'm so happy, so like super grateful that like this is more than a financial thing for me. And I hope that it's more than a financial thing for everybody else on the call. Like, yeah, finances are awesome. Like, you know, I want to be financially free and travel. But if you're really understanding what is happening with your heart, mind, and soul is, you know, something that you can take to the grave, that you can teach people in so many different ways. Like the art of patience, you know, the art of what meaning, you know, I'm just so appreciative for like people like Shane, Elijah, Cole, and everybody on the call that I've been able to learn from and then starting to learn with. You know, seeing like when you like for me, looking at someone like Shane and Colton and Mitch, you know, Mitch being my like direct mentor, you know, seeing these people who've been in the game and when they mark up charts, it happens their way. Might not be all the time, but it happens, right? And seeing them like their minds change, like seeing their paradigm in trading change, and it's like, yo, this shit's powerful.
But that's what's up, Q. That's why it's like, you know, that's why like calls like this or any calls really, you know, we gotta all have to keep growing. You know, it's like, and this whole concept of institutional trading is just like it's blown Talina and me out of the water because, like, you know, even though she's trading right along with me, and so we're both like equally frustrated whenever things don't work out. But it's like, why? Like, if you go on Google and you just type, you know, candlestick patterns, or you type in, you know, reversal patterns or whatever, why do you think that those exist? Why do those charts exist? It's because the banks are telling you, you know, they're teaching you how to mess you up, you know, down the road. Okay, you see a 3-pin pattern up top, or you see a, you know, a hangman, or you see these, they're telling you, okay, think that we're going to sell right here. Think that we're going to sell because this is the pattern that you've learned to know when we're going to sell. You put in your sell, you do all your due diligence, you got your trend line, the trend line's broken, it's going to come up and retest, then it's going to drop, and then boom, what happens? They just take you and swallow you whole. But that's why, like, this, the basics are so important, but like this is an absolute game-changing strategy.
Like who
changes everything?
It like it literally opens everything for me. Who, like, I never even thought about that. Like, yo, who controls Google? If knowledge is power and it's one of the most powerful things, most knowledgeable things out there, what is everything that every question that someone has, where do they go? Google.
That's it. That's it. And it's not like I'm not conspiracy kind of guy or anything, but I mean, at the same time, those things are true. A flag's going to work sometimes. You know, a 61 Fibonacci is going to work a lot of times. But the banks know retail traders are going to put a Fibonacci on a swing high, swing low, and then boom, you think it's going to hit 38 in reverse. No, we're going to take it to 50. You think a 50 is going to reverse. No, we're going to take it to a 78. It's like you're going to be right sometimes, but in essence, they're going to dictate to you when you're going to actually profit and when they're going to eat you up.
Yeah, and that was crazy because I was looking at a GU. I was just looking at the chart, and I like kind of did a trend line, and it broke the trend line, retested the trend line, and it went for like I think like 70 pips. And I'm like, that's like, it's crazy because they have to give you your wins. Like they have to give you your wins.
Yeah, they want to keep you in the game. They want to make you feel nice and warm and fuzzy on the inside because you made $10 on one trade, and then they're going to over leverage you a little bit later on in the day, just to stop you out on something that you just made profit on. It's so, that's why like the psychology part, like I never believed when I first started doing this, I never believed the mantra of it's 10% knowledge and 90% psychology. But man, there's been so many times where I've just wanted to like slam my head in the door because like it will take me to 2 pips past my stop loss and then do exactly what I had drawn up to do. And I would get so frustrated by it. But I'm like, you know what? The cats ain't gonna beat me, man. No way.
It's just powerful, man. I'm lost. I don't even have any more words, man. I'm just so grateful for just this whole like it's family. Like it's like learning something turns people into family, and it's just like it's just insane. Colton said it perfectly. Like, how do you think like DFW does not recruit? Like, they don't do events. Like, they don't. I've been talking to Jordan Morgan for a minute now. Like, after the event, I got in really like close contact with him, and he was breaking down stuff to me. He said, "Bro, we haven't used any type of propaganda since we ended retail trading, and they've literally hit Chairman 25, and they're not far from Chairman 50 at all. They're not far from Chairman 50 at all. I think they have like almost 1.5 like Chairman 100 legs. So
because the results they're getting on the trading side, guys. Because the results they're getting on the trading side, like absolute duplication at its finest. You know what I mean? And going back to what Q said earlier, super grateful and thankful for Iris and Ivana for being right there with us to getting us introduced with it, along with Chino. I'm pretty sure it was when Iris and Ivana, when you guys came out to Cape Coral with us, and Chino first told me, this was like 2-3 months ago, like, yo, you should really check out Jordan and Zach, because I know you like market maker stuff. They've been doing some institutional, and that's when I first got introduced. And it's even crazier, guys. Q, it feels like it was yesterday when you were in Romeo's room and you saw the Wyckoff logic for the first time. Like me and Iris were in the living room, like freaking out, like waiting for the Wyckoff mythology to get up on your screen. And like, it literally seems like it was just yesterday, guys. And for all the new people on the call, listen to what I just said. A month and a half ago, Q saw this logic for the first time. Maybe not even. I don't even know. We've had too much fun, learning about it over the last couple of weeks. But it's like, lots of words.
Lots of words. All I know, I walked out. I stopped watching the NBA finals. I think it was the finals.
It was
the finals. I was like, I'm not watching this. I'm about to go find out. Come out of the room, and I'm like, no, everything I thought I knew was wrong.
Oh, man.
I don't want to extend this call any longer, man, or take anybody's time. Like, you guys are just, honestly, just it's so beautiful. Like, it's just, to see this as a family, like, it's crazy. Like, I can't even put it into words how much love I have for everybody on this call. And I just can't wait to see what the future holds for us. Being able to really step out and be financially free on trading. Like, what we got into this business for is like starting to happen. It's starting to fester, manifest. So it's just much love to you guys. Can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, let's keep on getting it, guys. Just way too powerful right here. Now, back to back days, we've had 12 plus people on these morning calls, which again is amazing. Like, again, everybody on the call, you guys are the ones that are just staying consistent, being on here. But we have another 280 people in that chat that we need to impact with this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many more people that still aren't quite getting the grasp of it. So let's keep on packing out these calls. Let's keep on, inviting and hopping on ourselves. And, again, at the beginning, if we have new people, then we're going to walk through more basic stuff. But again, guys, it's just so powerful. So today we got 6 and 8 p.m. opportunity calls as normal. Probably run another training at 9 or 10 p.m. I know Sharonda and I are going to make our way over to the Estero Oaks Trade House later today. So we'll be doing some trainings over there for anybody in the area. I'm pretty Q. You're still going to be in town through tonight?
Yeah, I have to go back on the 18th to pick up Lachelle and then come back because she's flying into Orlando. So I'm probably going to leave on the 17th and stay back at home for a day, pick up Lachelle, and then come back and stay all the way to the 24th.
Bet, for sure. So yeah, anybody down here will be over at Estero Oaks later tonight, running through some charts after the calls and all that. So let's continue to get it, guys. Again, grateful, Shane. I couldn't be more grateful for you, bro. Being up there, I know you've been riding. You and Talner have been riding with us, for a minute, and we were learning all these other crazy things. But I really see it, bro. Even in your words, just speaking about it, like and I know that. So that's even greater. Everyone, give a shout out to our boy Kaz. What's going on, Kaz? Love you, brother. Miss you, brother. Hope Michigan.
Miss you,
Well,
Cass.
See you guys next month.
let's get it. Let's get it. We miss
Appreciate
you,
you,
bro.
Appreciate it for you guys. Ivana, Chino, Colton, Shane, Kaz, man.
Love you guys.
Forever indebted to you guys, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day.
Appreciate all
Let's
you
get
guys,
it.
man.
I'm gonna go ahead and end this off, guys. Be on the lookout. All these recordings are gonna be up on YouTube by the end of the week. So it's gonna be super lit. A whole wealthy mindset institutional. So let's get it.
Let's go.